Hello YouTube, this is NASCAR 48 WW2 Buff here with the INORL Duracell Cup Series Race 3 at Darlington for the Verizon 500. On the pole today we have David Rochester, and on the outside pole we have Dale K. And one thing I would like to say before I start the race is that my throat's really sore today, but I had to get this done, so I might not talk as much or be as passionate today. And because it's really dry, I'm sorry about that. Hopefully it gets better and it's starting to come down with something, the cold or something, but hopefully it gets better. But anyways, then in third we have Robin Noonan and Jack Richards. Then look who is in fifth, Jacob Lawler. He won Daytona, and then we go to Phoenix, aka Tweenix. He will win at Tweenix also, and yeah, so and he's starting fifth today. Could he get 3 in a row? Now, what would that be? That would definitely be a Hall of Fame or whatnot, something to get you there. Then Tony Blazer's sixth. Then Seth Cole running a Rainbow Flame Warrior car. Then we have Joseph Bryant. Then Brian James and Sam Young, Dylan Young and William Duncan. And these drivers are getting ready to switch on those engines to get these cars fired up. Our starting command is coming soon. And another thing I would like to say is you might hear me drinking water during the race because my throat's very dry too. But let's get ready for our starting command.
Drivers, start your engines!
And as these 42 drivers start up these engines, I will take you to your starting lineup to see where everybody's starting. And we are back, and that was our starting lineup. And one thing I'd like to say, there will be pit stops, so these drivers got to think about strategy. And this race does tend to get long green flag spans and wide and not pack racing, pretty spread out. It get pretty boring eventually, but there's always this one caution that, makes it's a game changer, put it as that way. There's always a caution near the end, usually. Not saying there will be, or maybe there will. But we're green here at Darlington for the Verizon 500. They're already up to 150 already. Now 160. David Rochester staying out front with Robbie Noonan right there behind him and Jacob Lawler. Anybody hit the wall? Nah, it doesn't look like it. Jack Richards may have got a piece of it. Robbie Noonan gonna go on the high side, try to get a run off the corner, but he has to be careful of hitting the wall also. And oh, he doesn't hit it. Check, no one. It doesn't look like anybody else hit it also. And David Rochester takes a big lead so far. Jacob Lawler stuck on the outside line. Brian James gonna move into, looks about fourth right there. Man, oh, William Duncan into the wall back here. That's gonna hold up Aaron Williams also. With some new paint schemes this week also, as you can see, such as Jacob Lawler and Seth Cole and Brian James in them. David Rochester going to go out to a pretty big lead so far. That's what he wants to have. But Robbie Noonan's right there in his back mirror. Same with Seth Cole. Seth Cole catching Robbie Noonan. Is he going to try to make a move here? Seth Cole, I believe, got a 4th place finish last week at Tweenix. And it looks like he's going to make a move. They look like they're catching David Rochester also. Will it be a 3-car battle for the lead? He's right to the back bumper of Robbie. And here comes Seth Cole for second. Oh, he may have got Robbie Noonan a little bit tight right there. Oh, Robbie may have struck the wall ever so slightly. And Seth Cole's going to take over the second position. David Rochester's going to take his lead back. Or get more ground. Robbie Noonan's very close to that wall. Got to be careful off these corners. Dylan Young going to move into 4th here with Jacob Sisko. Then Richard Johnson. Check if we can find a battle around this field. Oh, I think they're 3 wide. That might not work. Oh, Charles Sanford coming back up. They got to be careful. So Kyle Sinoski on the apron also. Oh, Joseph Bryant and Sean Henley heavily into the wall. It's going to allow William Duncan and Andreas Allen to catch back up. No wrecks. Now Seth Cole still working on catching David Rochester, but here comes Robbie Noonan. He wants second back. they gonna hit the wall? Oh, Seth got close to it. Richard Johnson gonna take fourth. Dylan Young, he must have hit that wall because he fell way back. Brian James gonna pass him with Dale K, your outside pole sitter, right there also. Brian James and Dylan Young definitely hit the wall. As you can see the damage on the right side of their Chevrolets. It's a Ford Toyota Chevy, and then Toyota, and Chevy, Dodge, Toyota, and then Chevy. Check for some battles on the field. Oh, Tristan Trivet damage. Caution is out. Oh, heavy damage for Joseph Bryan and Deion Scott. Fritz Lukender damage. Deion Scott damage. George Oak may have some. Aaron Williams, Sean Henley. Oh, heavy damage for a lot of drivers. This looked like a big pileup. And I'll take you to what went wrong here at Darlington. Hopefully all these drivers are okay. And this was just an absolute huge pileup. Tristan Trivet, keep an eye on this 78 right here, is going to slide up, get loose off the corner, hit the wall. Aaron Williams right into the back, down on the Kosnowski. John Wilson's like, oh crap. And somehow gets by. Then did anybody else hit him? Or Aaron Williams, Tony Blazer got just a nick of it. Then Sean Henley and William Duncan are spinning over there, and just cars are nicking everybody. And just nowhere for a lot of drivers to go. Austin Ogo slides by. Charles Sanford gonna join it. Dylan White, Fritz Lukender. And Wilhelm Schultz, Zachary Buckeye. Then James McLeod gonna get involved. And this was just huge pileup. And oh, a lot of drivers close to flipping. I don't even know where to begin and what went wrong. Joseph Bryan in his own wreck. Now let me show you what happened to Sean Henley and William Duncan to see how they spun. If I can get to them. Oh, it looks like Sean is coming off the corner. He might have the same thing to happen. No, William Duncan comes up into him. And this is going to be a pretty hard lick. Oh, that's a pretty hard lick for Sean Henley. Hopefully he's okay. 2 hard hits in a row. And a lot of drivers, just nowhere for them to go. Joseph Bryant gonna slam Aaron Williams. Jake Rogers, Chris Dollerton, Joseph Bryant, Charles Sanford, Dylan White, Fritz Lukender, Wilhelm Schultz. Zachary Buckeye gonna hit him head on in the driver's side door. Chuck Tolger, Charles Jackson, Deion Scott, and Zachary Buckeye, heavy damage. James McLeod, Tyson Broad, and just so many more drivers I cannot name. And let's take an onboard with Zachary Buckeye to see how he got involved. An absolute huge pile up here at Darlington. Let's get a spectator view of this as all this carnage goes throughout the field. Then let's get it on oops, sorry, gotta get that first. Let's get it on Aaron Williams here and see what the fans saw as many cars piled up into each other. Huge pile up here at Darlington. There's nothing more to really show. Let's take a last on board of maybe James McLeod yet. And let's see what happened to him and how he got his damage. James McLeod almost got by, but no cigar yet. And I will take you back to the green for here at Darlington. We're back. The top 8 cars did not pit. 27 cars left in the race. 25 in the lead lap. Somehow Zachary Buckeye is still in this race. Robbie Noonan is your leader. And we're going back to the green here at Darlington for more green flag racing. Robbie Noonan just got a major gap between him and Brian James. He may have jumped that restart. Or it could have just been Zachary Buckeye holding everybody up, because look how slow he is compared to the rest of the cars. Holding up the whole inside line. And Robbie Noonan going to move out in front with that new FedEx Sprite paint scheme. Pretty cool paint scheme if you ask me. Brian James in second, but they're also with Drew Austin. Almost the 3 wide. Remember the last time they went 3 wide. Gotta be careful. And somehow Tony Blazer, we saw him involved in that last wreck, and he's still up in this. He didn't get damage up, but Brian James heavily into the wall. No wreck so far. That's good. But look how slow Zachary Buckeye is compared to the leader. He's pretty slow, and he's running way too close to that wall. And Robbie Noonan still leading with Dale Kay second. And man, they're getting close to the wall. Olga Ogo third. Caitlin Skipper, who season 1 champ, fourth. Austin Ogo fifth. Richard Johnson sixth. Brian James seventh. Drew Austin eighth. And Jake Baskager ninth. And Tony Blazer 10th. Jacob Lawler, your 2-time winner so far, is running about 12th, I believe, in that new 47 Kingsford Camry. Do we have any battles for the lead? Well, Dale Kay fell way back. He must have hit the wall. And Caitlin Skipper heavy into the wall. Austin Ogo, there goes Caitlin Skipper. Caitlin Skipper goes around. No one hits her, though. That's good. Caution will fly out, though. Did any ricochets happen up here? Nope. And who is your leader? And your leader is still Robbie Noonan, and the caution will come out. Dion Scott heavy damage, though. And it looks like, I don't know how Dion Scott got his damage. Maybe he slammed into the back of Caitlin Skipper. Yes, he did. And there goes Dion Scott's day. Maybe Fritz Lukender may have got a piece also. I will take you to the wreck to see what happened. We're back. Caitlin Skipper was battling Olga Ogo off the corner. Gonna get loose like we saw Tristan Trivet hit the wall, down in the Olga Ogo. Hits the wall again. Up and down into Austin Ogo. Both Ogos got a piece of that. Richard Johnson gonna finish him off. Caitlin Skipper's gonna spin. Luckily no one hit her. And let's see where Dion Scott came in. Yeah, Caitlin Skipper coming back up on the track. Dion had nowhere to go, and he's just gonna, slam heavily into the back of Caitlin Skipper. Lifted that car way up off the ground. And let's see how high that car went off the ground. And just, bam! Heavy hit. That car lifted right off the ground. Fritz Lukender was lucky to get by. Get one more view of that. That's just a heavy hit. Bam! Right into the back. Does a nose grind into the turn. Fritz Lukender was lucky to escape. And Robbie Noonan is still your leader, but will they come down for pit stops? You'll just have to stay tuned to find out, and I'll take you back to the green. We are back. Dion Scott has retired. That is leaving 26 cars in the race. Richard Johnson is your leader. Jeffrey Buckeye second. Dylan Young third. John Wilson fourth. And David Rochester fifth. And we're going back to the green here at Darlington on lap 19 out of 56. We still have a ways to go. The leader to the green flag again didn't get that such of a great jump as they did last time, like Brian James did. And it looks like most cars do get past those lap down cars, except for the inside line. It's not what they want to have happen. And here comes Jeffrey Buckeye for the race lead with Dylan Young right there, also with John Wilson. They got to be careful. Oh, and Richard Johnson into the wall a little bit. And Jeffrey Buckeye is just going to drive away with the race lead. Oh, and there's someone way down. Does Richard Johnson have a problem? Oh, that was almost a wreck right there. Take you through the field right here. Most cars did get past the lap car Zachary Buckeye. Jeffrey Buckeye running away with the lead right now. David Rochester's second. Jake Baskinger third. Seth Cole fourth. And Jacob Lawler fifth. He's still in the top 5. Jacob Lawler's just been dominating these first 2 races. Oh, John Wilson, Dylan Young batting close to that wall. That might get hairy. Oh, John Wilson does keep it off that wall, but not the same reality for Richard Johnson, who did hit the wall. Tristan Trivet battling to get in the top 10 with his back damage after that first big pileup. Robbie Noonan trying to work his way back up. He was held up by Zachary Buckeye when he was just leading not too long ago. He's going to have a ways to work up. And Jake Baskinger still leading, with Seth Cole taking second. David Rochester going to try to get that back, though. Looks like a battle's brewing for second. Jacob Lawler's going to move into 4th. How about that? It's like a rear shot with Jake Baskinger. A lot of drivers might be more focused this race also, because I forgot to mention Nationwide and Truck do have off today. Oh, whoa, someone blew a motor. Who is that? Austin Ogo blows a motor. Austin Ogo has an engine failure. And he's going to have to bring that down pit road, and he's probably going to be done for the day. But as I was saying, Truck and Nationwide have off today. So, Cup, it's just a one-race weekend with Cup here at Darlington. And it looks like Jacob Lawler took 3rd, and David Rochester going to fall back to 4th, maybe even 5th. Man, these drivers are hitting the wall. Man, they're just hitting the wall one after another. They're just failing at getting around these corners like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, with failing like that family did. If y'all know what I mean by that. If you didn't see that movie, I suggest you watch it. It will be on ABC Family tonight. I'm broadcasting it. But it is on, even though this doesn't matter about the race, you should watch it. It's too funny to not say anything about it. And Jake Baskinger's still holding the race lead with Seth Cole in 2nd. Can he stay with 2nd? Because Jacob Lawler, he's hungry for win number 3 out of race number 3. How about Jacob Lawler? He's where did he come from? Lawler. That is my nickname for him, and he will be called that for the rest of the season, really. Where did he come from? Lawler. And it looks like we have a battle for first. Here comes Seth Cole right to the back of Jake Baskinger. 18 versus 24. Old teammates. Real life wise. Man, that 24 Rainbow Flames Warrior car looks pretty sick in a good way. And here comes Seth Cole for a pass here. Is he gonna get there? Oh, Jake Baskinger clips the wall right there, and Seth Cole gonna take the lead away. And they might catch a lap car, Zachary Buckeye soon. And Jacob Lawler's trying to catch him with Olga Ogo, your Gatorade Duel number 1 winner, trying to get back up here. But here comes Jake Baskinger trying to take the lead right back. As we just took lap 29 out of 56, we still have a ways to go. We're getting near halfway. And whoa, Seth Cole was way slow off that corner. But Jake Baskinger got held up by Zachary Buckeye. Here comes Olga Ogo and Jacob Lawler. And now these 4 are all going to get packed in together. Maybe 6. As the rest of the field tries to catch up. How about Robbie Noonan? He's working his way back up through the field. And Tristan Trivet in the wall. Oh, there goes George Rock in front of Robbie Noonan. Robbie Noonan gets a piece of it. Jack Richards around. Gotta be careful, though. Gotta be careful. First, look at us that doesn't slam into anybody. And it looks like they get by. Who will lead back to the line? It will be Seth Cole. And number 24, DuPont Chevrolet. With Olga Ogo second. Jacob Lawler third, Dylan Young fourth, and Eric Burton fifth. And that Robbie Noonan's gonna have a little bit of fender damage, you see right there. He was working his way all the way through the pack. Now they're gonna have to bend out that fender a little bit. I'll take you to the caution flag and show you what went wrong here at Darlington, as Seth Cole is leading. We are back. Tristan Tribbett is trying to come out of the wall. George Roque is right there, though. George Roque's going to get spun off the back fender of Tristan Tribbett. And Robbie Noonan does a nice little look into George Roque. He's lucky he didn't come back out to the outside wall. Keeps it going. Then there was two different wrecks, actually, with Jack Richards going around. And he's going to get some fender and rear end damage. And just beat Jacob Sisko back to the line. Let's see what happened here. I guess maybe they were slowing down for the wreck ahead. John Wilson going to come up into Jack Richards. Jack Richards going to take a nice little lick into that inside wall. But both of them are able to keep their cars going, and I'll take it back to the green here at Darlington as these laps are slowly winding down. And we are back, and we just got word. Austin Ogo had clutch issues. That's why he retired. And Seth Cole is your race leader. Olga Ogo second, Jacob Lawler third, Eric Burton fourth, and David Rochester fifth. And I think Seth Cole is maybe one of the only cars that did not hit that outside wall yet. And look at the scrape marks all the way around this track. And we're going back green here at Darlington on lap 35 out of 56. We still have a ways to go. I say it's maybe about the top 15's game right now. And Seth Cole takes us back to the green, and he gets a pretty good jump ahead right there over Olga Ogo. Oh, Jacob Lawler getting a nice little bump from Eric Burton right there. Eric Burton is letting him know that he is right there and he ain't going anywhere. And, whoa! Tony Blazer loose off that corner. Robbie Noonan still trying to work his way up. William Duncan holding up Gene Sanford right now. George Roque's still able to get around pretty fast. Caitlin Skipper limping around. Seth Cole is still leading with Olga Ogo right there. Gotta be careful. And Jacob Lawler running back there in third, then Eric Burton. Jacob Lawler he's going to be a major championship contender this year, as you could probably tell. And Seth Cole into the wall for the first time, right off the corner. And that was a pretty heavy lick. And David Rochester and Jake Baskinger trying to go by now. And that puts Jacob Lawler in second and Olga Ogo in the lead with Eric Burton third, David Rochester fourth, and Jake Baskinger fifth. Drew Austin going to pass him now. Same with Dylan Young going to pass Seth Cole. Gotta be careful. And we just took a little look through the field right here. And Olga Ogo way out and ahead over Jacob Lawler. And Eric Burton is still working on passing Jacob Lawler, but Jacob Lawler is hogging up that inside line. The only line that's really at this track. This track is so slim. But here comes Eric Burton. He's going for second now. He wants to get a win today. Oh, Jacob Lawler almost got the wall right there. But Jake Baskinger joining us now. As Olga Ogo just drives way out ahead. And it looks like, whoa, Jacob Lawler did get a run on that outside line right there, though. But Eric Burton has help on the inside. Jacob Lawler way slowed up there. And there's his little buddy, David Rochester, who finished second to him in the 500. Dylan Young's there, too. Same with Drew Austin. And Seth Cole, as we saw, he was leading not too long ago. After he hit that wall, he fell back to 10. That's 10 positions, only about 2 or 3 laps. And it looks like Jake Baskinger's starting to reel in Olga Ogo now. bad he's running him down. Jake Baskinger has the fastest lap. Jacob Lawler has the second fastest lap. He fell way back. Olga Ogo has the third fastest lap. Eric Burton the fourth, and David Rochester the fifth. Man, they're really working on it as the top 5 all has real fast laps. Oh, Olga Ogo slowed down away right there. But Jake Baskinger going to try the outside line now. We haven't seen that much, and he's going to get a run off that corner. And that stupid pace car getting annoying. The trolling pace car. And here comes David Rochester under Drew Austin with Jeffrey Buckeye working his way back up. Jacob Lawler falling back as Tony Blazer now trying to pass him. Seth Cole trying to pass Brian James now. As you see, the field is real spread out. Robbie Noonan still working his way back up. He still has time to maybe possibly get up there. And I heard skin marks. Oh! Oh, there they go! Jeffrey Buckeye, Dylan Young, Drew Austin, Jacob Lawler, Tony Blazer. Oh, big pile up. Oh, Jacob Sisko almost flips. And Drew Austin barrel rolling. And that's a game changer. Jacob Lawler, it looks like he ain't going 3 in a row here today at Darlington. Oh, what a heartbreak for a lot of drivers. And the leader back to the line will be, I think Olga Ogo. Yes, Olga Ogo. And that's going to bunch these cars up for one of the final restarts. And as these drivers finish up their laps, Drew Austin was flipping. And man, Jeffrey Buckeye in the wall, Zachary Buckeye in the wall. I'm going to take you to see what happened here at Darlington. We are back. We got some real nice brotherly love here. You see Zachary Buckeye and Jeffrey Buckeye right there in the 3 and the 9. You know, Zachary Buckeye tries to block the 9 of his brother, and they're just going to go hard into the wall. Drew Austin had nowhere to go because he's going to get sandwiched between him and Dylan Young. Dylan Young makes a great save and still keeps it going. Then Jacob Lawler into the back of Drew Austin. Tony Blazer involved. Now, I do not know how Drew Austin flipped. Seth Cole squeezes by ever so slightly. Tony Blazer back into the 20. Oh, and it maybe, I don't know what happened here, but somehow the 20 of Drew Austin flips. Oh, no, he's going to get pelted by Richard Johnson, and he's going to barrel roll here at Darlington. And upside down he goes. And let's go on board with Dylan Young, because he gets a slight piece of that, but he drives away unscratched pretty much. Just trade in some paint. Dylan Young was some lucky man right there. Oh man, these drivers are just barrel rolling in. Let's take an onboard with Richard Johnson here. Let's take one last onboard with Jacob Lawler also, then we'll go back to the green. And I'll take you back to the green here at Darlington for the final laps. And we're back. We have a lot of new retired drivers. Drew Austin going to retire. And Richard Johnson, Tony Blazer, and Sam Young. 16 cars left on the lead lap. 20 left in this race. Olga Ogo will take us to the green here on lap 49 out of 56. These laps are winding down. It's Olga Ogo, Jake Baskinger, Eric Burton, David Rochester, Dylan Young, Seth Cole, Brian James, Robbie Noonan working his way up, Gene Sanford, and Tristan Trevitt. And we're back here to the green, here at Darlington. And man, Olga Ogo gets another great restart. Jake Baskinger didn't get that so well one. He has to chase Olga Ogo back down again. But it's not as far this time. Don't forget about Eric Burton and David Rochester. David Rochester has been hungry all Season 1 and Season 2 to get a win. And no, this might not be good. Oh, that was close. Eric Burton and Dylan Young almost wrecked right there with Seth Cole and Brian James and Robbie Noonan, innocent bystanders. That was close. Seth Cole trying to go under Eric Burton now. Seth Cole working his way back up into here after he hit that wall and fell back to 10th. And whoa, Brian James goes around Robbie Noonan near it also. Dylan Young involved, Gene Sanford. Car's got to be careful. Oh, Gene Sanford coming back up and Dale K involved. Fritz Lukender. George Roque, Jack Richards, Brian James, Caitlin Skip. Oh, George Roque flipping. William Duncan, Zachary Buckeye. And Olga was leading back to the line. We will have one last restart here with Olga first, Jake Baskinger second, Seth Cole third, David Rochester fourth, and Eric Burton fifth. And I'll take you to the wreck to see really what went wrong off that corner. We're back. Eric Burton hits the wall off that corner. Brian James had nowhere to go. And look at Robbie Noonan somehow get by it once again. But Dylan Young just going to slam in the back. Gene Sanford going to redirect the 51. And around they go. And Gene Sanford has to somehow get back up on the track. Dale K's there. And heavy into the wall. These two are going to go. John Wilson gets a piece of it. Hits the wall. Fritz Lukender into it. George Roque. Jack Richards. And just a pileup. Brian James back into a Caitlin Skipper, and here goes George Roque flipping with Jacob Sisko and William Duncan involved. Now let's take an onboard with George Roque here. He already has heavy damage. You can barely see over the front bumper. Upside down he goes. Comes the rest right there. And I'll take you back to the final 2 or so laps here at Darlington. Who will be the winner? And we are back, and we're going to have 2 to go here at Darlington. 2-lap shootout. Some new retired cars. 48, 19, 12, 43. And it's probably between the top 5 right now. Olga, Jake Baskinger, Seth Cole, David Rochester, Eric Burton, Robbie Noonan, Tristan Trivett, John Wilson, Gene Sanford, and Jack Richards. And only about 19 cars are left in this race. And we're going back green here at Darlington. Olga didn't get a jump that time with 2 to go here at Darlington. Can Jake Baskinger pass Olga? Seth Cole's there too, same with David Rochester. Can't forget about them. Jake Baskinger starting to lose a little bit of ground right there. Oh, David Rochester coming to pit. That's not good. Here comes David Rochester, John Wilson, and them in the pit. Jack Richards also. Can Olga make it on field? Same with Jake Baskinger and Seth Cole. Here comes Jake Baskinger. Will it be 2003 all over again? Olga into the wall. Jake Baskinger has the lead now. But can Jake Baskinger make it on fuel? Can Seth Cole make it on? Seth Cole into the wall. And he's going to move back to 3rd. But Jake Baskinger will come off turn 4. And he will win here at Darlington. And Jake Baskinger will win here at Darlington in that number 18 M&M's Toyota. With Olga finishing 2nd on a last lap pass. Seth Cole 3rd, Robbie Noonan works his way back up to 4th, Tristan Trivett 5th, Eric Burton 6th, Gene Sanford 7th, David Rochester still manages to finish 8th, Jack Richards 9th, and Richard Johnson 10th. Congratulations to Jake Baskinger. I'll take you to your finishing results here at Darlington, but congrats to Jake Baskinger. And we're back. Congrats to Jake Baskinger. He will finish 1st. Olga will finish 2nd with 19 laps led, the most out of anybody. Seth Cole 3rd. Robbie Noonan 4th. Tristan Trivett 5th. Eric Burton 6th. Gene Sanford 7th, David Rochester 8th, Jack Richards 9th, and Jacob Sisko 10th. And 14 cars will finish this race. And there will be only 7 cars on the lead lap. But congratulations to Jake Baskinger and the rest of your finishing results here from Darlington for the Verizon 500. And now your series standings here. As I will see you guys next week at Atlanta. That's going to be some fun racing. Got to be careful coming out of the pits though there. But your season standings are Jacob Lawler 1st, David Rochester 2nd, Seth Cole 3rd, Robbie Noonan 4th, Eric Burton 5th, and Jake Baskinger 6th. He just got his win today. Jacob Sisko 7th, Gene Sanford 8th, and Brian James 9th, and Zachary Buckeye 10th. And we have 3 Jakes or Jacobs or anything that ties in with the name Jake in the top 10. So maybe there's a thing about having the name Jake that could get you wins here. And the rest of your season standings here. But congrats to all those drivers. And again, I will see you next week at Atlanta Motor Speedway. That ought to be fun. See you till then. Please like, subscribe, and comment. NASCAR 48 WW2 Buff signing off.